Warrior James Zheng here. Welcome back to Daily Wisdom. We're going to go over some personal growth principles to help you unlock your growth and unlock your inner warrior. And I wonder, have you ever struggled with staying confident? Staying confident. In fact, put in the chat on a scale 1 to 10, just like a real poll, like how would you rate your self-confidence at this moment? Right? I think we'll have different levels of ratings. Some of you are like, I'm the most confident person in the world. Awesome. I was not. I started so unconfident. I looked at everyone else as a leader. I would never think of myself as a leader. Confidence was not a thing that I was good at. So especially when I came into business, I'm like, man, I want to be confident, but how can I? I thought people were born with confidence. 7, 8, that's good. So I've learned some principles that can help you to continue to grow in your confidence. Because if you want to make an impact, if you want to make an income, if you want to explode your business, confidence is a very big key. We got off a call yesterday, and it was awesome. We were able to connect with the founder of a business that we're partnered with. This person is the founder of a $300 million startup that's global. He's produced, I don't even know how much money he's made, tens of millions of dollars through business. Like, he does extremely, extremely well. And this dude is confident. Like, he says something and you're like, it's already decided. And we were like, man, how do you do it? So we had this VIP session and we had a teammate ask us, so what are some tips on that? And he shared something that was so simple to do, but it is a cornerstone to confidence. And I hope you pick this up. But one of the biggest things is this: to develop self-confidence, it comes from keeping promises to yourself. And if you're in business, that's kind of hard sometimes, because in business, there's times that you set a goal. And the reality is this: most of our goals, if you're really stretching yourselves, you're going to miss. You talk to any successful person to the world. Elon Musk, I think we would describe as a pretty strong entrepreneur. But even when he was testing his rockets, do you remember before the rocket actually was shot up to space and then came down and landed, 2 of the other ones exploded. People died. So the reality is, as an entrepreneur, you will fail more than you win. So how do you develop confidence if you're failing more than you win? Well, if you can build confidence in other areas in your life, those confidences can then lend to your confidence in your business. So we're asking John, that was this person's name, what he did to develop self-confidence. And this is what he did. He said he's really big on his morning routines. I'm like, that's interesting. So do you have a morning ritual? Do you have a morning routine? He's telling us that regardless of how busy he was, and he literally told us he just came back from Paris and France and Japan and all these global trips. He said no matter where he goes, what he does is he makes sure that his morning routine is always dialed in. Now, what do you do in a good morning routine? Good. Maybe this is a part of your morning routine. You want to do something for your body. You want to do something for your mind. You want to do something for your spirit. This is me time. This is important time. This is where you fill your cup so you can be overflowing for others. So think to yourself, what's something you do for your body? It could be walking. It could be doing a workout. It could be doing some sit-ups. It could be doing some breathing, whatever that it is. But if you can discipline your body, you can then discipline other areas in your life. Maybe it's eating a really healthy meal. Maybe it's drinking a lot of water. One of my morning rituals is every day I wake up and I drink 25 ounces of water. Immediately in the morning, one of the first things I do is I drink 25 ounces of water, hydrate myself, right? I stay fasted. I typically do some type of a workout for 20, 30 minutes, right? So, and this is before you touch any business stuff. So you keep a promise. Maybe it's just getting up at a certain time, going to sleep at a certain time. It's your body. Number 2, things to do for your mind. Keep a promise to yourself. Develop your mind. Don't feed it. Most people, this is how I lived before. We wake up and immediately We just start doing things. Most people wake up with zero margin in their life. Most people, we wake up and we're just like, oh my gosh, what do I need to do next? We're on reactive mode rather than proactive mode. So instead, spend some time to develop your mind. That could be journaling. That could be watching a video or listening to something like this. That could be listening to a good podcast. That could be reading a book, an audiobook. So for me, immediately, for example, I start listening to audios. I start listening to things to feed my mind, not the news, right? Not nothing negative. I don't check my emails. I don't check my Facebook. I put something good in my earbuds and I start listening to something to develop my mind. Do something for your body, do something for your mind, and then do something for your spirit. Now, that might look different for you than it does for me. For me, I do Bible study. For me, I have a deep time of prayer and worship. For me, I'm asking God for help and insights and just basking in his presence. I love that time. Getting connected, right? For you, maybe it's a breathing exercise. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's a visualization technique. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's taking a walk outside. Something to re-stir up your spirit. Yeah, exercise, affirmation, worship. These things are all super important to have. And it was so astounding because you talked to this founder of a multi-million dollar global company, said his secret to success and confidence is keeping these promises to himself every day. Now, some people say, well, I don't got time to do that. I'm so busy. I want to flip that. You cannot afford not to do this. Great to see you. It's so crucial because if you want to move fast, it starts with moving slow. If you want to do more, it starts with doing less. If you want to impact the world and explode your business, it starts with filling yourself up. It starts with that intention to make sure that your cup is overflowing. Most of us, we are burning our candle from both ends. Most of us are trying to pour from an empty cup. And that's how you feel drained and burned out, and that deteriorates your self-confidence. One of my friends said this, that if you can seize the morning, then you can win the day. So what do you do in your morning so that you can build up your self-confidence? And it could be 15 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour, whatever that it is. It doesn't matter the time, it's the intention, it's the repetition. And I remember it so clearly because as we were redeveloping our business, some of you know this, our story, we had a great business and it plummeted, it fell, went from 6 figures plus a year to 6 figures in debt. I became depressed for a year. I was trying to figure out how to pick up myself again. And no matter how much work I put into my business, it's like I had bad luck. And I said, how do I build up confidence again? I said, all right, well, let me go back to my spirit to reconnect with God. Let me then do something for my body. I did a transformation of my body. Let me then start to retune up my mind. I'm like, okay, I can do that. And I realized that led me to become confident enough to then want to do something and dream a little bit bigger in my business. Like, okay, I can take this business action item today. Okay, I can make this call. Okay, I can do this social media post. Okay, I can dream up a little bit more. And as I did that day after day after day after day, it wasn't overnight, but around 90 days, I reprogrammed myself. I reprogrammed my mind. I went from being depressed and broken to being confident again. And you need that as a leader. You need that to be able to help other people. You need that to be able to serve and impact to the highest level. And that's where out of that phase was born what's called the warrior movement. Some people ask me, well, James, what's the warrior movement? I believe each and every single one of us have an inner warrior within you. And it's important that you bring that out because in order for you to show up powerfully in your communities, in your society, in your businesses, you need to develop that person, that part of you. Because when that person is developed, when you unleash that inner warrior, you can then show up powerfully as the leader that you're meant to be in the places that you're meant to be at. And that's the call to our organization. We help produce warriors so that they can crush it in their businesses and everything. Your business is your call. Your business is your life. Your business is your work. It's important that we do our work, but we must become extra self-confident. we must start keeping promises to ourselves, and perhaps it needs to start with something like a morning ritual. So I wonder, what are some things, and comment below if you haven't already, that you put into your morning routine? Do you have one? If not, what are some things to consider? And consider to put that in there. Because if you can continually put those morning rituals in and you keep those promises, I will tell you, I will promise you, you will become more self-confident in all areas in your life. And you're going to be able to crush it in your businesses. Okay? So I hope that encourages you. If it did, like this, share this. And also, if you're not yet subscribed to this YouTube, please do, because put this plus all the other cool things that are there as well. Also, if you are interested in more information on the warrior movement, if you're looking for other opportunities, if you like what it is we're talking about here, we have a lot more in that community. But I help people build businesses from their phones in a fun and impactful way. If you're interested in more information on that, we'd love to chat. Fill out the work with me form in my bio or in the links, and would love to share with you some information on that. But besides that, let's continue to unlock that warrior within you, so you can show up powerfully in the places that you've been called to be, and people need you to show up today. All right, everybody. On that, God bless.